I'm going to reply to this comment with a video, although the most important part of the comment isn't even in this video. It's not showing. It comes a little bit later and you can follow back and go back. And it's basically where the commenter says, wouldn't it be basically amazing if all the Arab nations and the Middle East would get together and basically defend themselves and stand up to all the oppression that they are facing? And since we're in the series that I've been doing for over 25 days now, we're over 30 days now, but there are days that I forget to do my video or I don't have time to do the video. We are actually going to have the 26th daily reminder that the Middle East is not real. It is Narnia. It is completely fabricated. It cannot be found on a map, and it was created exclusively with the purpose of promoting a racist ideology called Orientalism. And on that same note, I should also add that many countries that are often categorized as Middle Eastern, which please don't call us that, at least not to me, because I consider it a slur, are not even Arab, including myself as an Egyptian, including most Egyptians. Most Egyptians genetically are actually Levantine, maybe, but Arab, very few, because Arabs were in fact our colonizers. And like most colonizers, we don't typically intermix with whoever it is that we're colonizing. And so myself, I do not identify as an Arab. I identify as a Northeast Afrikaner. I identify as an Egyptian. I identify as an African. I do not identify as an Arab at all. And I definitely don't identify as a Middle Easterner. And this is absolutely not to throw shade at the commenter. I just thought it was a perfect opportunity because I'm on the 26th day of daily reminders to bring up the conversation that the Middle East is in fact completely manufactured. It is Narnia. It is completely not real. And it is essentially a term that has been created to cluster a bunch of countries that don't have much in common and call them something collectively so that we can essentially target them with hate crimes on an accepted international scale. And so first and foremost, those regions that you're referring to are not a monolith, and they don't necessarily have anything in common. And it would quite literally be asking from within the context of these people, the oppressed, to work with their oppressors, because Il Saudia is a brutal son of a bitch, and so is most of the Gulf countries. They are really brutal, abusive, exploitative son of bitches that really use a lot of people who come from North Africa and a lot of other countries for a lot of their cheap labor. And at the same time, to put the onus on victims to liberate themselves doesn't put the onus on the abusers to stop abusing. And this is basically the dynamic that we are having consistently, whether it's like a societal theme, whether it's a family theme, whether it is a relationship theme, and whether it's a global theme. Putting the onus on victims to liberate themselves is almost the equivalent of saying to the unarmed to go and defend themselves against the armed. And yes, I know on a global or on like a national level, a lot of these countries have arms, but on a national level, a lot of these countries have governments that have been infiltrated by armed Western powers, and they are not afraid to use it on their people, as demonstrated in the events that followed the demonstrations in Tahrir Square and how bad things got and violent things got. And so this is a longer daily reminder, but it's really to go into some of the nuances of the conversation, because a lot of people are not aware of these nuances. And it is intentional that you are deprived of this information. It is intentional that you are uneducated on the facts, even from within our nations, and even us stolen and diasporically dispersed abroad. This information is intentionally withheld from us, and we have to go get it. And so here is an olive branch, I guess, to offer information that many are not aware of. I hope that kind of answers the question. I am not looking for unmelanated saviors. I am telling abusers to stop abusing and enabling abuse. Because our abusers will not be our heroes. But I will be damned if I'm sitting there getting a beating and not even saying, ouch, stop that. So that is where I stand on that. I like your comment and I appreciate it. And I think a lot of people share that point of view or mistake when we say it is not our responsibility to clean your mess. When we're talking to unmelanated people, there's often this mistake that they think that we want them to be our heroes or to save us from the situation. No, we just want you to stop being involved in cycles of abuse on our people. We are saving ourselves. It's kind of like America didn't abolish slavery, and it's actually still not abolished. But America did not abolish slavery. Canada did not save people through the Underground Railroad. Black people liberated themselves. And some white people happened to see some benefit in it and used it as an opportunity to tokenize and do the right thing to get recognition. Very few did the right thing because it was the right thing. Because if they did it because it was the right thing, it shouldn't have been this hard to beat it into their minds in the first place. And still is hard to beat it into the minds of people in the first place. So take that and apply it on a global scale, and this is what we are seeing. This is what we are seeing. So I hope that kind of answers the question or the response to the comment that you have left. Absolutely no hate to this commenter. I think it's an interesting point of view. I think it is an argument that has been brought up, and I think it seems like it's a very empowering thing to say. Until you dig deeper and you understand the connotations and the dynamics of the relationships within those states. So just some food for thought. Happy 26th daily reminder that the Middle East is still not real. It is still Narnia. This is where we are. And I'm going to keep saying it until hopefully we, as people who are dubbed that slur, start to collectively see it for what it is. Have a day.